If you're just getting started in speaking, or maybe not charging much right now, how can you quickly rise to charging $10,000, pounds, euros, or more for your speaking? Well, this is a question that, once answered, could be the difference between you struggling to get paid as a speaker or being on the road to even higher speaking fees. Negotiations can feel tricky until you get used to doing them. Asking for fees that you've never dared to ask for before can take you way out of your comfort zone. So, by the end of this episode, you'll be ready to make the decision to be brave and ask for the speaker fees that you deserve. I'll also share with you where you can go to get more help with this. Welcome to Present Influence, the show that helps coaches, speakers, and communication professionals develop the skills to impact, influence, and inspire any audience. My name's John Paul, keynote coach, professional speaker, and your guide on the journey to mastery-level presentation skills. My mission is to provide professional communicators like you with everything you need to maximize your impact and present with influence. Follow the show on your favorite podcast app for weekly episodes and interviews with influence experts, and join me on LinkedIn for the Present Influence weekly newsletter. On my solo episode last week, I talked about the courage to be successful, following on with a conversation from a previous interview with Leader Citron. And this week, I was inspired to talk about how to particularly apply some of that in relation to your speaker fees, having been working with somebody who was doing just that. So, a previous client of mine got in touch with me asking for some help and advice around speaker fees. And we spent a little bit of time chatting, emailing back and forth, messaging on WhatsApp, and there was a simple chance to offer some advice and guidance on this topic. And as someone who had never asked for a 10K speaking fee before, she was understandably a little afraid when she was placed in a situation of having an event that was interested in having her come to speak, but not being sure what they would be willing to pay her. Now, at first, the first temptation was to kind of play it small or just to see what they were prepared to pay. But since they were very clear that they would like to try and meet her speaker fee, then there was some thinking to do because she hadn't really set a speaker fee to that kind of level before as a keynote. Someone who was more used to doing workshops previously, she felt maybe she would be more comfortable around the $5,000 or $6,000 mark for this event. However, she decided she wanted to be brave and ask for 10K, knowing that that may well be rejected, that the people she was in negotiation with. However, there were already a lot of good indications that they would have been open to negotiate whatever, and we worked together to discuss some of the language that would allow her to be clear that she was somewhat open as well. Like if this was going to be beyond their budget for the event, that she would allow some flexibility in negotiation as well. What happened, and please understand, this is by no means something that was going to happen every single time that you are in negotiation for a speaking event. But in this situation, it did. She was brave. She gave them her just under $10,000 fee, and they straight away agreed to pay that. Fantastic. Now, does that mean that she's now a $10,000 speaker? Well, yeah, kind of, but we need to caveat that as well. So she's got 10K for that event. Hopefully that is going to give her some confidence to be able to demand those kinds of fees again in the future. But there are some things to know if you are on level for getting yourself to 10K as a speaker, or hopefully beyond that as well, that you need to be good at what you're doing. You need to be a cut above the rest. You have to have confidence in what you're delivering. You need to know that your keynote works. So you need to have delivered it a number of times. It needs to be an impactful keynote. You need to have that great balance between entertaining your audience and educating them, not overpacking information into the keynote, and making sure that you are practiced enough in delivering this, that you are virtually flawless when it comes to getting up on the stage and presenting it to a larger audience. Because if you don't have all those things in place and you get someone who agrees to pay you 10K for an event, you may end up falling short of their expectations and your own for what you do. And I don't know about you, but if I don't feel confident that something that I'm delivering is worth what's being paid for it, or that I've actually delivered it well, I'm going to feel bad about that. So here's what I say. If you don't have all those things in place, if you don't feel really practiced in your keynote right now, if you don't feel that you're quite confident enough in it that it's worth 10K for a booking just at the moment, then I would certainly say for anyone who's done work on their keynote, maybe had coaching around this, maybe been in various programs and had great guidance on it, done work on their delivery, making sure there's a good level of entertainment and engagement in there, as well as valuable information, that it's not overloaded with slides or anything else that's going to put people to sleep. If you have all those things and you feel confident in that, great, go for it. But if you don't yet, build up to it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be charging for your speaking gigs at all. And I say for most speakers, if you have your keynote pretty well put together and reasonably well rehearsed and you've got most of this going on, probably 2,000 is a good place to be hitting for getting started. Now, if your keynote at the moment is untested, do a few freebies, get some experience under your belt, get some feedback from that, and deliver your keynote to various people and make sure you practice it. Rehearsal is so important, and it's one of the things that people tend to put aside, and I hold my hands up to this, I've been guilty of it too, that we can't afford to do that. Your keynote has to be flawless to be demanding $10,000 upwards for you to deliver it. And here's the thing. I mean, you may be wanting to look beyond 10,000 into the future. Great. But if you're not hitting that right now, I'd say that's a good target to aim for. Get yourself up there as quickly as possible. But once you've done maybe 5-6 gigs at 2,000, maybe 3,000 up to 5,000 US dollars or pounds or euros, whatever you want to work in. But I would probably keep those fees around those sorts of figures, whichever currency. They're not so vastly different. That once you're feeling comfortable at that sort of level and you've got those things in place, you're probably ready to make that jump to start asking for 10,000 for your events. It is just going to take that flip in the mindset of being brave, finding the courage to be successful with this and going for it. That doesn't mean that the first time you ask, you're going to get a yes or it's going to be agreed to. In this particular case with this client, great, she got that. And that certainly makes life a lot easier. She's going to feel much more confident to ask for that again in the future. You may not do though. You may not get a yes straight away, but that doesn't mean that you're not ready yet. And it doesn't mean the person who said no to that isn't willing to negotiate. They might be working with a specific tighter budget. They might not yet feel that you're demonstrating that you have everything in place to hit 10K as a speaker right now. So you need to get those things in place. And that's not so hard to do. I'll say this as well. One of the things that's going to help to create that level of confidence in you, that they'll feel comfortable saying yes to your fees, is to make sure you have a damn good demo reel on your website. So if that's something you don't have right now, you will not want to miss my next episode with Cam Bodwin, who is a specialist in demo videos and is helping speakers around the US to be able to create excellent high-level demo reels that are casting them in a very professional light and making them really stand out as well. Now, a demo reel isn't the only thing that you will really need here. And I will say this, there's no reason why you couldn't have 10, 15 minutes or even the whole of your keynote on your website as well for people to watch. Because let's face it, I know some people don't want to do that because of intellectual property. Maybe you're willing to put 10, 15 minutes up there, but not the whole thing. But the thing is, no one is really going to steal your talk. And if they are, they're not the kind of people who are going to work with you anyway. No one is going to be able to properly use your IP. No one's going to be able to deliver it the way you can. Imagine taking someone else's TED talk and trying to deliver that yourself. It's not your talk. You haven't written it. You're not going to be able to deliver it probably nearly as well as the person who did create it. I would say worry less about those IP and protection issues and focus more on making sure that whoever is likely to be booking you for events can see what they're going to get when they book you. That's going to give them all the confidence they need. And if they don't yet see that you're a 10K plus speaker from that information, then there's just some work to do. And if there's work to do, if your keynote needs some improvement, if your confidence to be able to ask for those things or negotiate better, it needs a bit of work too. Your mindset needs some shifts. Maybe you need a bit more accountability on the presentations, maybe some more feedback.Maybe you're struggling to add humor and make things more entertaining and not to put maybe you're struggling with the whole idea or concept. As I come across many people who do struggle with trying to get the information levels and data levels right in a presentation so that they're not just teaching. This is especially for people who come from training and workshop backgrounds. I know it's very hard to let go of the inner educator to that degree and turn on your inner entertainer, but it's so essential. So if this is something you need help with, come and connect with me. Either reach out to me on LinkedIn or visit presentinfluence.com and get in touch with me through the site. And I would love to hear from you. And we can get together, we can have a little chat. It's not going to cost you anything except a bit of time to see how I could help you to develop your presentation, your keynote, your presentation style, your entertainment style, your engagement, stepping outside of some of the ways that we generally hold ourselves back as presenters. I would love to hear and connect with you. Join me next week with Cam Bodwin for some expert insights into demo reels, stuff that I didn't know, and that Cam has certainly changed the things that I say to people now in relation to their demo videos. So if you want to know whether it's better to have a bad demo reel or no demo reel, you're going to find out on the next episode. Join me for that. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you soon. Take care.